In this assembly, we will be building the weight stack cable tower. Start by opening all the boxes and grouping the parts and hardware together for ease of access during the build. First, we will assemble the base. Using M16 hardware, attach one of the feet to the end of the base. To speed up assembly, we used an impact driver, though it is not required. Next, attach the end bracket to the base assembly. Now connect the other foot to the base. The next steps will install the uprights and the weight plates. Start by taking two of the M10 bolts and washers and feed them up from under the base assembly. Next, take one of the guide rods and screw it down onto the M10 bolt. You may need to hold the bolt in place to get it to tighten. Repeat this for the second guide rod. Now take the guide rod plate and slide it into place, followed by the two rubber stoppers. Next, take your upright and place it onto the base, making sure the lower set holes are facing front to back. Secure the upright in place from the sides using the short M10 hardware. Use a 70mm M10 bolt to secure the upright front to back. Now it's time to load the weight stack by sliding each of the 10-pound plates onto the guide rods. Next will be the swivel pulley housings, height selector, weight selector, and the top of the frame. Let's start by taking a set of M16 hardware and affixing the end bracket to the back of the top frame piece. Now take the pre-assembled weight selector and slide it in place over the guide rods. Next, take the height selector and slide it onto the upright, with the selector knob facing the front of the machine. The swivel pulley housings are next. Using the M12 hardware, install one on each side of the upright. Make sure not to over-tighten so they can swivel freely. Now take the top piece of the frame and slide it into place, then secure with the appropriate hardware. In this portion of the video, we will be installing the pulleys and cables. If you get lost, don't worry. We will have a recap at the end of this section. Install the first smaller pulley, making sure to only go finger tight. Next, take one end of the long cable and drape it over the pulley. Now install the second pulley. Using the larger pulley, drape the cable over top and install into the front top pulley housing. Next, we need the double pulley housing and two of the larger pulleys. Make sure to have the cable routed under one of the pulleys. Take the next large pulley and drape the cable over top, and install it to the back top housing. Next is a large pulley for the weight stack. Make sure the cable routes underneath. Now to work our way forward. Drape the cable over a large pulley and install it to the back top housing. The next step can be tricky. Remove the bolt from the double pulley housing so that you can run your cable through, and then reinstall your bolt. Using the last large pulley, drape your cable over top and install it into the front top housing. Just like at the start, install 2 of the smaller pulleys, making sure the cable is sandwiched between them. Now it is time to install the short cable. Start by bolting one end to the back of the height selector. Run the cable down and install it under one of the remaining pulleys. Now run the cable back up and over the last pulley, and install the pulley into the housing bracket. Next, run the cable down and install the bolt through both the frame and the eye of the cable. Go back and adjust the cable on the back of the selector until there is adequate tension on the cables. Here's a recap of the routing order of the cable through the pulleys. Between the left swivel pulleys, over the front top pulley, down through the double bracket, over the back top pulley, under the weight stack, over the back top pulley, down through the double bracket, over the front top pulley, and back through the swivel pulleys. The short cable goes from the back of the height selector, down under the first pulley, up over the pulley in the bracket, and back down to secure to the frame. Now go back and tighten all the hardware for the pulleys. Make sure not to over-tighten so that the pulleys can spin freely. Finally, it's time to decorate your cable tower. Take your weight labels and affix them to the weight stack, lining them up with the holes.